Hello and good evening on this happy Thursday. Thank you for joining me. My name is Carla Romero Crochet, and I am your Divine Energy Flow practitioner. And tonight we will be working on the third eye. So we've been going through all the chakras. We went from the root and we're at the third eye now. I love this one. Um, so before that, we'll do a little housekeeping. So just to kind of mention, we do have this going on a couple of different platforms with the Call to Awakening Facebook group, as well as the Call to Awakening YouTube channel. Also, the Divine Energy Flow Facebook group. Now, if you could, it would be so beautiful for you to go ahead and like those pages, so you have kind of all of us and all the things that we do. We don't just do just this one program weekly. We do other things too. So it'd be fun for you to learn about the other things. It's really amazing, the different people and the different just beautiful personalities that we all have collaborated here together. So also we have this on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, which is Carla Romero Crochet, and as well as the Call to Awakening YouTube channel. Please help us to grow. If you like this content, if this type of content helps you in any way through your spiritual awakening, through your energetic mishaps, and those kind of things, if this helps you, please subscribe and like all the pages and channels, and you'll just get more of this. And we are evolving so much. We have so many fun things that are about to come out. So stay tuned for that. Very exciting year and time, and this beautiful time and energy that we are going through right now. It's really quite amazing. So, like we do every week, let's just kind of breathe and just kind of get into a state, just sort of a meditation state. Remember, this is live. I have family, I have animals. So if you hear things, it's just them, and it's okay. All is well. So maybe some of us have had a stressful day. Personally, I have not. Thank God. It's just, I've been able to, just a quick energy update, I guess. I've just been, it's been magical. It's been a magical few days. The thing that I'm noticing the most, I think, is that I'm staying to myself, and I want to be to myself more. And when somebody interrupts or messes with my self time, it's like that's when I get out of character, I guess. It's kind of just what's happening now. It's just what I'm going through now, and whatever you're going through is just fine as well as what I'm going through. So, but all in all, energy is beautiful right now. It's lots of love and lots of light. Yeah. I forgot what I was even talking about before that, but the bottom line is we are going to be working on the third eye chakra. So, to me, this is like your magical, and it's really not, because the heart is too, but this is, to me, this is like my magical space. It is your space for intuition. It's your seeing. It's your true seeing, your internal seeing, not the physical seeing that we see with our eyes. But these energy centers connect us to multidimensional stuff, realms, right? And when they get blocked, we're unable to reach those higher consciousnesses. Okay, so this connects us, the third eye connects us to the spirit realm, and it, we remember that it's all just one, and we are just a bunch of little pieces of God made manifest, just spirit in God form, or spirit in physical form, right? That's really what we are. And when we tap into that third eye energy, the intuition, Some people have visions. That's okay, and it's okay not to too, because a lot of people do not have anything like that. So they think, oh, my third eye is not open. No, that's not true. There is a misconception, and I wasn't even going to talk about this, but since it came up in my mind, I'm going to just take that as an intuitive hit to talk about. Just because you don't see geometric patterns when you close your eyes doesn't mean your third eye is not open. Just because you haven't honed in and harnessed it and activated and woken up your psychic abilities, or you don't realize it yet, doesn't mean your third eye is not open. We're all psychics, okay? When you are with another person, right? When you are with another person, you know basically what they're thinking, right? Tell me that's not telepathy. So we are psychic. Our third eyes can be open without all this other extra stuff happening. But the extra stuff may happen as well. It's like, it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. So, yes. Okay, so intuition. Intuition can be tricky because your intuition comes in the form of your voice, right? And what do thoughts come in the form of? Your voice. So that's why it could be a little tricky, like, well, what's intuition and what's just a thought? So that's where we're going to go with this right now. I wrote down a few notes. So first of all, an intuition it comes from a different source. It does not come from the small you, the physical you. It comes from a greater aspect of you, or it just comes from basically the fabric of reality. There's consciousness all around us. There's different beings and angels and different beings around us that will give us our guides. I don't know how I didn't say that first. That will give us nudges, little nudges. And so it will come in the form of your voice. The reason why it's so tricky is because, so not only do your thoughts come through in your voice, but if you aren't aware completely of like your emotions, I still have a touch of a cough, so excuse me if I have to cough or that kind of thing, but I think I'll be fine tonight. Thank you for all your loving, healing energy that helped me through that this last couple weeks. Yeah. So it's like a nudge. It typically feels very good, like the nudge or the intuitive thought. Just for a lack of better words. The intuitive hit, we'll say that, I guess, comes from, it's more of a heart thing. It's more of a heart and third eye sort of together thing. It's so hard to explain. But the way that you can tell the difference, and sometimes it's low. A lot of people say, well, it's this quiet inner voice. Sometimes it's not quiet. Sometimes it's a loud voice. The way that I can know, first of all, I don't trust it unless I'm in a still spot. So if I'm in a still meditative mentality, if my mind has been put to the side, right? If I'm in that awareness or in that, just in that awareness state, where there are not a whole lot of thoughts going on, but the thoughts may be coming and going, but you're just back here in the awareness space. So you're not the thoughts and you're not getting caught up in them. You're back here and you're just kind of looking at everything. when you get an intuitive hit, it's going to be followed by a thought of the mind, the ego, of why you shouldn't do that. Especially if it's something super exciting and you're like, oh my God, it's gonna for sure be followed up with a thought of, oh my God, what if it doesn't work? You shouldn't do that. What about this person? What about that person? You can't do this. Should you? Could you? And all that all that stuff. Now, when the mind does this, so it's sort of like your two consciousnesses together. So your intuitive hit and the mind going, no, 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 that's not safe or whatever. We haven't done it before. If the mind can talk and you can watch and the intuitive hit doesn't argue back, that's intuition. I know it's like super weird to try to explain it, but I believe that once you start doing a few things that will strengthen your intuition, then you'll be able to see what I'm saying. So let me give you a little example. About 6 months ago, just was not happy doing what I was doing for work. Every day, I had intuitive nudges. Just quit. Do something different. Just quit, do something different. And of course, my mind's going, oh, and the thing is that I knew that this was going to be okay. But the fear of the old programs, the fear of my parents or whatever, whoever would say whatever about me quitting my real job with health insurance and all that stuff, right? The fear is gonna attack it. But if it just stays strong, like no, now you need to quit your job. If you can have a conversation back and forth with it, then it's not typically an intuitive hit, in my opinion. I don't know everything. This is just how I work with it. Let's see what I wrote down. So yeah, it'll tell you the intuition will tell you the things that are like in your future. It'll tell you the things that you can do. It'll tell you the things that you need to start like working on like right now, and it's super exciting. And it's like there's no fear in the intuition part. The fear comes after you hear that. Then the fear comes. Whoa, right? So yeah, you'll have limiting beliefs that come up and all those kind of things. You just kind of move through, let it all go, and start asking more questions about that intuitive hit. Let your mind just do what it's got to do. Let the mind just do what it's got to do, right? And then once that's over, then you can ask more questions about this intuitive nudge, right? Let's see. So to sharpen your intuition, the first thing you have to do is be able to turn off the mind. You got to turn off the mind, turn off the ego, turn off the programs, turn off the belief systems, turn all of that off, because all of that is just going to be noise to the intuition, and you'll never hear it. You'll hear all kind of stuff and it'll just get jumbled into it, right? So the first thing that we really got to strengthen is our meditation. Once you learn how to meditate, that should be the first thing. Like, meditation to me is the most important part of spirituality, just like prayer is to religion, right? This is us completely getting rid of all the stuff that isn't real, all the stuff that's just made up by the mind, and that way we can hear the truth, right? Once all the mind chatter goes, then the truth can be heard, because there's not so much going on. Yeah, and ask questions. So while you're meditating, I have a bit of a habit. I can't remember who I got this from, but it's not something I made up. But it's become a habit to, when I'm doing my morning meditation, Once I'm completely in that stillness, at that 12 o'clock where everything just is now, then I always ask, what does my soul want me to know? Man, I really wish I could remember who said that so I could say it. What does my soul? I know, Kyle Cease. Kyle Cease. He is amazing. I've talked about him on here before. What does my soul want me to know? And you just listen. And yes, there will be some thoughts that will come up. What you think your soul wants you to know will most likely come up, right? But if you just listen and you just allow that to happen, go ahead and be in the observer mode, right? Just be witnessing everything going on, and you can sort of practice the talking back and forth with the intuition, okay, to see if it's real or not. There's all kinds of things, ways that you can do this. There's dowsing. You can use a pendulum. Pendulums will work. I use it in my energy work often just to see if everybody's cleared at the end, or to see if there's any other blockages and that kind of thing. So dowsing using a pendulum is a really cool, I'm sorry, I have all kinds of, I have, real quick, I'm so sorry, y'all. I have to let my daughter know that her food's at the door because she'll never know. All right. So sorry. I'm back. Okay. So dowsing, pendulums. The other thing, I don't know, I mean, some people have beliefs and programs about like reading tarot cards or, oracle cards, things like that. That is a good way to sharpen your intuition. Just looking at the card, just looking at it, feeling the energy of the card, just looking at it, trying to figure out what it all means. Not go look and read it in the book, but look, what does it mean to you right now? What is it trying to show you right now? Not what the reason why I say don't go to what's written in the book is just because that kind of takes away from you sharpening your intuition. So maybe go to the book after and see what the difference was from what you saw in the card and what the card, is supposed to be meant for by the person that made the card, right? So there's all kinds of fun ways. Another thing that I really need to work on is eating purely. So the more junk you have in your body and around your field, the less the less you're going to be able to hear your intuition. So, of course, limit yourself on social media. I know that that's hard and it's easy to say, and this is some things that I need to work on too. Limit time with the news. I never watch the news. Limit your time with the news. Limit your time listening to politics and talking to people about all their medical issues and gossiping and just all the things that you bring into your field. You want them to be pure. You want them to be from the heart. You want them to be pure. The things that go into your body, as much pure food from the earth, non-chemical, as much organic food that you can put into your body. Of course, fruits and vegetables, things that come from the earth, So all of these things are ways that you can work on to help you to get those, to make it more clear when it comes. So dowsing tarot cards. Oh, one thing that I've completely forgot that's very important is do all these things without judgment. So the pendulum, don't worry, the tarot cards, don't worry about if you get it right or not. Asking questions. So when you want to get intuitive answers and you're asking questions during a meditation and you're asking questions, don't judge what the answer should be. Don't judge. Don't have an opinion about what the answer should be. If you're asking, then be quiet and listen. Okay? So this is something that I'm actually about to really go into in my masterclass on how to do divine energy flow on yourself and others. I'll go into intuition a lot. It will be very fun. So for now, let's get on with our session. So like I said, we're going to do the third eye. So yes, I will clear and cleanse and make sure that all the rest of the chakras are good, and work on everything a little bit. But I'm gonna focus mainly on the third eye. So during this session, you may feel your third eye start to just throb a little bit. You may make it warm, just right here. Whatever sensations may be, it's all okay. And if you don't feel anything, it's okay too. Some people just take longer to actually feel the energy of their bodies. That's okay. It takes some getting used to. So, all right. I'm going to put on some, I think, theta brainwaves tonight. Also, the third eye is the color that represents the third eye is indigo. Although I work a lot with amethyst with the third eye, as well as the crown, which is purple. It's all whatever it is for you is good. So indigo, purple. Those are your crystals, those colors that you would want to work on your third eye with. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and please listen. Please write down any questions that you may have about anything I said leading up to now. If there's anything that you really just want me to talk about on a different day, please write it in the comments. Like, what are your questions? What do you want to know? Let's see if I know it. If I know it, I want to share it, all right, so let's just take some deep breaths. So let's breathe in, hold it, and let out a sigh. Breathe in again. Breathe in again. Now let's take just 2 deep breaths, breathing out very, very long. So we're going to breathe in long and breathe out nice and long as well. Make sure all the air is out of your belly. One more. Go ahead and get into the observer mode. So you just I do this because I just kind of push myself, my small self back. Or I'm sorry, I push my observer self back so that it can see the full picture, right? And then you can look at your little self kind of doing what it does and not be affected by it. So get into the observer mode and just sit in stillness. I'm going to go ahead and play the music and get started. Set the intention that the energy that comes through tonight is received all for your highest good and your highest evolution now. And so it is. Just lay back. Sitting or laying is fine. Just open your heart. You can just tap here. Just open your heart nice and big. You can tap your third eye. Let it know. Let it know it's coming. So coming back now, if you choose, you don't have to. But if you'd like to, you can come back. Are there any questions that you have right now that I could answer for you now? And like I said, if there are any questions later, or if you're watching this next week or in a year, all is well. You go ahead and write down any questions that you have. Drink lots of water. After an energy session, a lot of times we need to hydrate. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I hope that you certainly enjoyed this. Meet us here every Thursday at 7 o'clock. And yeah, just thank you for being here. And shout out to the Call of Awakening team and all of the work that they do. It's just amazing. Yeah, no one knows, I don't think. Um, and just thank you. I honor you and I thank you for being here. And have a wonderful night. Alrighty, namaste. Thank you.